Hello, my name is Thomas Zacharski. I am in the BE1500 Matlab programming class, and I'm going to walk us through our code for Group 5. We did our project on MBA data statistics, and without further ado, we are going to go right into it. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to open an Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge folder window, and then you're going to go to NBA miner.com. That is MBAMINER.com. Now, once you reach this page, you are going to want to click on the right menu bar button and click on Player Basic Stats. Now, it'll take you to a page of all the players in the NBA and all their statistics. Then we're going to want to go to Export to Excel, and it'll bring you to this web page / datasheet file. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on that and then press Control A. And then that'll select all the data points, and then you're going to press Control C to copy it. And now what you'll do is you'll go to a Microsoft Excel file, and you're going to want to open a blank workbook and press Control A and paste it using Control V. Oh, no, maybe we just want to right click paste it. Oh, sorry. Control A or Cell A, and then right click and paste all that stuff into your Excel workbook. Now, once you've done this, I want you to go to your files, save as with this PC, and make sure it's set to desktop, and then type in capital MBA and then lowercase data, and save that to your desktop. I already have one, so I'm just going to replace it, and then we can minus this and minus this. All right, now that once we've gotten that done, we will go to our wherever the project 5 is saved on your computer, whether it's your files or your desktop or a folder. Click on that and click and drag all of those files out of your folder and onto your actual desktop space. Now, since that's because your Excel file is saved to your desktop, we want them all to be in the same location. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to MATLAB and click on that and open it up. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to clear your workspace and any variables you have. So I've already done that, but if you have not, you're going to want to clear and clear all and CLC. And now, or clear and CLC, my bad about that. And what you'll want to do is go to the top here where it says Documents, TWZACH, MATLAB, and you're going to want to make sure that that's set to desktop. And once you get it here, you will click on the MBA data project and you will select Run. As you do this, it'll cycle through the code, and the first step in this is to check to see if there's any duplicated strings so that we can exit out any second players. Then it's going to present you with a menu that gives you different stats that we sorted and manipulated the data with, and then functions that go along with those. Now, the questions we set out to be were simply who are the best 10 players in the NBA, and we chose stats that we thought reflected those. Another thing we wanted to do was what's the correlation between free throw percentage and minutes played. What we wanted to find out, does your free throw percentage affect your minutes played? Does your minutes played affect your free throw percentage? And without further ado, let's run the function. So now that we've gotten to this menu point, we will click on points, assists, and rebounds. Now this will give you another menu giving you 5 prompts. Score A1, which is our scoring metric to score the players based on those statistics. Points, assists, rebounds, and steals. Now, once we've done this, we're going to select one of these, and it'll bring us to another menu. It'll say pick length of list, and then this is simply giving you the top 10, top 25, top 100, or all of the NBA players in the NBA. So we click score A1, let's just do top 25 for this one, and here you'll see it gives you a list of the top 25 players in the NBA based on their score A1, which is calculated inside our code. And now you'll want to go back to that function, and then you can simply run through all of these stats and different lengths. And once you're done with that, you will want to click the End button, which actually brings you back to the first menu once again. Now this will actually give you the option to click steals, field goal percentage, and turnovers, or minutes and rebounds. Let's just go by steals, field goal percentage, turnovers. Now you are prompted to select a minimum point value. This is because with steals, rebounds, and turnovers, there's a certain level of like you need to play a certain amount of time. You need to have the ball in your hands a certain amount of time to actually be graded on turnovers, or else it really doesn't count. And so minimum points actually assures you that the person who is getting graded on turnovers has the ball in their hand enough to make it even fair grade on turnovers. So we'll start with minimum points, 25. Minimum assists, 5, and minimum rebounds, 5. That's a great player. We know that they're going to be having the ball in their hands a lot. And so this gives you a few things. First thing you'll notice is a graph up on the top of your screen here. It gives you the normal digression of league steal leader. So simply put, as steals go down, steals per game go down, the steals leaders drop off very heavily. There is a steady decline in the amount of steals upon the top 20 steals leaders. So there isn't a lot at the top. This isn't a stat that's top heavy, and a lot of people are battling out for the top. Usually there's 2 or 3 players that are on the top of steals, and the rest are simply just not as good as them. That's what you realize from this. Now, this gives you our score A1 as listed, but this also gives you 3 very valuable tables. So this gives you a top field goal percentage among players that have 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds at least. Now, there's only 3 players that are in this category, which is LeBron James, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, and they are ranked in top field goal percentage, top steals, and least amount of turnovers. Now, this gives you the menu, beginning menu once again. And what we will do now is we will select minutes and free throw percentage. Now, this gives us a few things as well. This gives us our score from these 3 metrics, as long as the list of all the players in the NBA based on their minutes and free throw percentage scoring. Okay? And another thing it gives us is this free throw versus minutes played scatter plot. Now, this may seem like a mouse at first. Sorry about that. But you will realize that the majority of people that play more than 20 minutes a game all have free throw percentages greater than at least 60%. This shows us the effect that not being a very good free throw shooter has on your minutes played. If you are not a very good free throw shooter, let's say below 50%, you will not be playing more than 25 minutes per game, except for in a few cases. Now, this is a great thing to understand because one of the greatest problems in the NBA today is fouling poor free throw shooters late in the game. And what that does is it makes coaches take them out of the game because they're not scoring any points on any possession. Now, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our original menu, and we're going to want to choose the last button, which is N. Now, this button actually gives us one more table. This table is the table of all of our scoring metrics for points, rebounds, and assists, field goal percentage and minutes played, and then field goal steals and turnovers. Now we did the scoring individually for those three sets of stats, and then we combined them to give us a final score based on who would the best player in the NBA be today. This is our list. We have Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Paul. Now, what a lot of people will notice about this is LeBron James this season is well down on this list, and that's not surprising. He is not a very high stats oriented player. He plays to win. He doesn't play for stats. Now, you will notice that Russell Westbrook is the first player on this list. Russell Westbrook has had an amazing year. He's averaging a triple-double, which is 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 points at least, averaging that every single game, which is one of the first players to do that in a very long time. He actually broke the single-season record for most triple-doubles this season, followed by James Harden. Now, this is great because we understand that we did this right. The top 2 players on this list are both the top 2 players in the MVP race this season. And knowing that we did that correctly means that our scoring metric is not flawed to an extent where we got players that shouldn't be on that list. All these players are all-star type players. Many of them have been all-stars just this year. And so that is our video. And we appreciate you watching, and we appreciate you taking the time to run the workout. Thank you.